This is the Reaper algo in progress. It is constructed of my quantum hedge and an additional scooper, a massive scooper which is sort of side-shaped if you look at how it grabs money in an abstract environment. You could see it as a kind of scythe. So I call it the Reaper algo. For the last couple of weeks, the original algos this was built out of were doing bloody well, and then I built this and it's doing bloody well, and it's eating you all alive. And the science behind this was derived from the works of individuals like Richard Feynman and Noam Chomsky and Robert Schiller and Max Kaiser. Note Noam Chomsky in there. And the thing is that Feynman was no Sufi. And when he went to his grave, most people praised him. I like Feynman, he's a great man. I think. I mean, or rather, he's a brilliant something. Some of the shit he taught is fucking important. And I wouldn't have this without him. I wouldn't have this without him. So, you know, I'm bound to think he's important, right? Who else? Schiller's just an establishment hack. You know, he's a good enough guy, but he's an establishment hack. Chomsky, Schiller, Feynman, who else did I say? Well, the point about Chomsky is this. I've always wondered, Chomsky seemed like such a Sufi to me, and yet so many people were praising him. It seemed like when he died, all that would happen is large numbers of people on the left and others would all praise him, and the conservatives would all be like, well, yeah, fair enough. I mean, what can you say? And everybody would have most people would have had something good to say about Chomsky when he died. And anybody who knows anything, which isn't really very many of you, knows that a great Sufi, a great person, when they die, mostly everyone will have something bad to say about them. If somebody dies and most people have something good to say about them, then they're a fucking idiot. And I didn't understand, how is it that Chomsky is going to go to his grave and be praised by everybody after that? How does that square with what he seems to be to me? And it didn't square with it, and I was correct, because first of all, the anti-establishment, the anarchists, abandoned him over his angry words about the COVID intervention, pseudo-medication, because Chomsky was not in a position to talk about the science, but he was in a position to insult the religious fundamentalists who, whilst in some cases accidentally being correct, were correct for the wrong reasons. I think they were correct to not take it. I know they were correct to not take it, but it doesn't make any difference if you see how they live and what they do and how they eat. To pretend that they did it because they know what's healthy or not is like pretending that an American's brain is not in his ass, or a British person's brain is not in his ass, or a French or a German or a European person's brain is not in his ass. It is. You think out of your asses. That's the truth. But yeah, sorry, I drifted. The point I'm making is that Chomsky is now called names, not only by the anarchists, the left wing were like, oh, he's a pedo. Oh, well, he's not a pedo, but he was nice to a whole posse of rich people, and he was in a private jet and he enjoyed rich things. He didn't say no, he didn't run away, he didn't have super Chomsky powers and go, I detect this as a ploy. He didn't do that. And people are all like, I would have known better, I'm much better than Chomsky, And that is how people behave towards a Sufi. So Chomsky is a Sufi. Because all of you, I'm the only one who actually has respect for him. All of you don't. And I knew that was a condition. I knew that this man is a fraud unless all these people I see who support him and respect him prove that they actually would stab him in the back in 8 seconds, and they have.